we have a function here, which is in Kisumu County. We are supported by neighboring counties. This is exciting to me because it shows that we have a potential for growth. I want you to imagine that you have a child who is 4 or 5 years old, and you have a way of knowing the career of that child some 30 years in advance. That means you are able to forecast the career of your child. In other words, you are knowing where to put your money, time, and effort without wastage, without thinking which are the wrong and the right subjects. I want you to think of an adult that dropped out in class 2 and is the same adult who has built up a big company. The company is so big that it has branches in United Emirates, in London, and in New York, but is a class 2 dropout. And this fellow employs graduates. He chairs the board meetings. In fact, University of Nairobi sent their master students to him for internship, and he had to sign that they are competent before they graduate. But when he goes back to the same University of Nairobi, he's told he's not qualified. I want you to think about those guys. I want you to think and imagine a youth that is unable to understand the concepts of mathematics, is frustrated by the theories in physics, but he or she is a poet. And the government of the Republic of Kenya says, if you got less than C+ as a grade, particularly if you got a D-, then you go to rural polytechnic. I want you to ask yourself what a poet has to do with a polytechnic. Can you imagine if you had a means today in modern world, you have a technology that can enable you, just like you are able to today know the gender of your child many months before your child is born, that you are able to find out the true values of your young one, of that youth who is frustrated by the rubrics of academics. And you are able to realign this person to his natural God wiring so that this person is motivated and is able to do things that naturally make her independent. How nice will it be for this continent, for this country, if we could be knowing in advance what our youth could do without asking them to go through what we are prescribed? How much would it be nice for the same youth to go back to their parents and tell them, look, although I got a D+, there are people who are able to find my true God-given potentials, and I have found a way in which I can make a living, whether in agriculture, whether in normal business, and whatever enterprise that you're in. And that technology is with us here today. Today, we have a machine that can be able, in less than a minute, to produce you like a graph. Long ago, in the early 40s, when they were making machines to find those who would be in World War II, those who could hold AK-47, those who could be lorry drivers, cooks, they were making a machine to find their body lengths for uniforms. That's when the first machine showed us more. It produced them for us what are called neural channels, the communication parts between the body and the brain. And that was the start of that machine. So when a child is in the womb, child development means establishment of communication parts, so that we have established parts by the time of birth between the body and those 4 areas of the brain. I can tell you that development of the brain and the signals is done at age 4. And that's why I kept talking about age 4, 5, and 6. Anything after age 4, 5, and 6 about a human is only that you are growing big, nothing new. A human is only during conception, pregnancy, birth, and the first 4 years. But things happen during pregnancy. Kuna wanawake wanakula odoa. Ukikula odoa, you're changing the signal path within the unborn baby. Problem begins there. Food cravings, ladies. Nataka nyama ya mafuta mingi. We change the signal path. Use of contraceptives, sickness, bad family creating neuropressure can cause signal changes in the unborn baby. Initial signals come with labor. If you had prolonged labor, it creates a further signal shift and shaft, which can result in preterm birth or postterm birth. Any sickness between birth and 4 years can further affect those signal stratifications. You don't need to remember things. I just wanted you to appreciate where that machine is coming from. And that's why I have deliberately brought into Kisumu for the first time such a machine. This is what makes a human. And that is why, if you don't know what happened to the signals at the young age, then you do not know the learning style of your baby, the product style, and the ability learning styles, which we don't talk about in our education systems. It is the reason why a child hated mathematics, but when you change the teacher, mathematics became okay. You didn't change the syllabus. This new teacher is aligned to the product and ability styles. This is very important for our people to know.